everyone. Before we continue, please take a read through the disclaimer. We are not financial advisors, so every trade you take based on our trading ideas is your own responsibility. Welcome, fellow Cryptopians. Welcome to our Monday stream, and let's see what the market can give us this week, and let's have a market recap. All right. So we had a sharp downfall in Bitcoin's price today. Let's see why this has happened and what we can expect the next upcoming days and weeks, of course. Okay. As talked about on previous streams on the previous weeks, we can clearly see that Bitcoin had a very strong reaction on the weekly supply level. As talked about our other streaming days, we pretty much saw that the origin of a move is pretty much a very strong move always, right? The origin of a move, whether we're bearish or bullish, is always an area where there's a lot of sellers' interest or buyers' interest, depending on where we're going, okay? If we see a strong move from an accumulation area to the downside, that's considered the seller's area. If we see a very strong move towards the upside from certain levels, that's considered the buyer's area. If we look on the daily, we clearly see that Bitcoin has reacted on the level between 50 and 55k. Why? Because it was at this point in time that Bitcoin really decided to see a very sharp sell-off all the way to 30k. That area stays an area of resistance because it's where smart money is located, and it's because where a lot of people, a lot of market participants are still looking to sell the market once price revisits these areas. Okay. So last week we saw a pretty sharp, strong decline in Bitcoin's price. So that basically means that anything below this upper region right here, this upper two candles, is potential bearish territory. This move also broke structure. Okay, we made a new low. Instead of making higher highs and higher lows, we made a new low. Okay, so let's highlight this area. Because we made a new low, and because we still have this big bearish candle reacting on these supply levels, it was highly expected that we might be able to see a lower high in the process, okay, which you are currently seeing right now. Right now, however, I'm also highlighting this area as a potential supply zone. Why? If we look at the lower time frame, so on the 4 hour, this is a daily supply zone, this is a 4 hour supply zone. If we go to a 4 hour, we can clearly see why or where the sell-off comes from. Which area is the seller area or the sellers coming from, okay? At the moment that Bitcoin really left 47k and went all the way to 43k right here, that's when the push down happened, okay? From this moment in time. And that's what's gonna be our supply area, okay? Whenever the market is resilient enough to break this level, only then will we have more confirmation that this correction that we're expecting right now is finishing right now, okay? We only trade what we know, and we trade on based the information we know today. And every day the information of every single day can change. Right now, anything that happens below this area is uncertainty. Anybody that's placing a buy right now could indeed be in profit because this move could indeed reverse all of a sudden in a few days from now. But you don't really know it will reverse. Right now we are trading based with no confirmation at all. And you also don't want to be catching a falling knife. So right now this is the zone that's very important for me as a trader to highlight, because I like to see this zone being used and being overtaken, being broken, before I taking buy positions towards the upside. Because yes, I do still believe Bitcoin and the rest of the cryptocurrency markets is gonna go up in the future, right? And let's take a look where this comes from. When we go to a higher time frame on the weekly, we don't only have a supply level, which I was just talking about, we also have a demand level. Like I said before, a big push up can originate from a demand level, a big push down can originate from a supply level. Right now, this is a very steep move towards the downside. But it could very well be that this is just one big correction inside an even bigger bullish market, right? And now we're seeing a scenario, something like this, where the market is like going down, So we pretty much see these consolidation levels right here where the market is like, okay, not sure what to do anymore after a huge rally. Then we're finally going towards the downside. Market is consolidating again, reaccumulating as we like to call it. Then going up, seeing a reaction based on these supply levels that was created right here, but we also right now have a demand level, and then the market is coming down again, and then shooting back up all the way to the 100k area. For example, right? This is a potential scenario. However, this same scenario could also be where we have a high right here, and that the market on the weekly is making a lower high and trending down even lower. However, we still won't know that this is a lower high until this demand area is broken, right? Because this might just be a higher low on the weekly, where the market will be trending more forwardly. Okay? So I'm still very curious what the market is going to give us on the daily perspective in these reaccumulation areas, because I still expect the market to correct a little bit further. The market isn't, gonna be honest about that, guys, the market isn't looking into its best state right now as of today, right? As of the information we are being provided today. So let's go to the 4 hour, and on the 4 hour we can clearly see that the market is kind of bearish right now, right? Especially if you look on the daily. We see a correction, lower high, and a further correction, okay? We can still expect some lower numbers right here. We could still see Bitcoin maybe going to the 40k area, and then maybe even going to the 35k area as a maximum pain threshold, right? After that, I personally, to take my fully next position in the market, where I will fully position myself into very strong altcoins and also into Bitcoin, placing trades, placing buys, etc., will come once I see the market correcting further, which I do kind of expect right now at this point in time. And then let's for example see that Bitcoin is gonna make new lower highs on the 4 hour or on the daily. And then right now showing right here kind of resilience in the market, showing strength. And then something like this where we break structure inside an area of interest, inside a demand area. So we right here have demand, and right here we have supply. Okay, and we see something like this where we kind of break structure. That's a point in time where we can fully look to position ourselves, because when we see reaccumulation right here, and that means this move right now we're seeing right now has just been a large correction moving towards the upside with a small correction and then going all the way to the upside. Okay, so when we see reaccumulation going on above this blue area, if it happens below this blue area, then we're not that sure anymore. Then we might see even deeper retracements towards 20k levels. But based on the fact that we're still below this blue area, above our demand area, above our blue area, whenever we are seeing accumulation right now in the near future, could be tomorrow, could be next week, could be next month, could still go on for quite a while right now, but whenever we see reaccumulation in the market, and whenever the market breaks that reaccumulation and breaks structure, that's where I'm fully looking to position myself with trades towards the upside, for example, because then I fully expect Bitcoin, to put into perspective, to go all the way towards the 100k area. And this will also mean very good business for other altcoins in the market, right? Not only Bitcoin, but also other coins in the market. Because when Bitcoin is going up and when Bitcoin is looking great, that usually leaves a lot more room to breathe for other coins in the market, right? For Ethereum, for Ripple, for Solana, for Polkadot, for DIDX, Silica, Trias, Runelink, VeChain, etc., right? Okay, then it's kind of the good amount of time that you are looking to invest into solid altcoins with proven fundamentals. A lot of people are also thinking, whenever we are in a bull market, and whenever Bitcoin might be going up again, and cryptocurrency is in a pretty good place right now, then they personally think like, okay, every coin in the market is going to go on an insane rally. That's not true at all. Okay, the idea that money flows towards every coin in the market isn't true, and will definitely not play out well. Okay, invest on coins you believe in based on facts, right? Not because somebody recommended it to you, not because somebody told you it was great. Invest in tokens and coins that are great looking, okay, based on proven fundamentals. All right. It's fundamentals that's gonna decide if these coins will technically be bullish or bearish in the long run. All right. We're right now, just as of today, talking about the technical side of things. Okay. So as of today, guys, 4-hour perspective again, because we are trending more and more down towards the blue level. Okay, this could be some type of magnet where the price might be able to rebound. We're not sure that it's gonna get to this blue level, but if it gets there, right now we're seeing a downwards momentum where prices might be in the short term. Right now we're seeing a sell-off, right? And price might be going down a little, going up a little bit more. And then when we see, for example, the necessary confirmation in the market, where we see like a break of structure next to the POI, then we're pretty positive that the next wave right now is also another wave down with a correction towards the downside, okay? Making lower highs in the process. And afterwards we can pretty much then remove or move our supply levels and see whenever the market is going to break these. Because whenever the market is going to break these levels, then there's going to come a lot of strength into the market again. A lot of the market participants are buying Bitcoin again and are looking to buy the market up, and then we might see our next rally all the way towards the upside. So I'm really looking forward to that reaccumulation right here, because if that reaccumulation is present, and if I see it the next couple of weeks, then oh boy, are we in a good run, or are we going to be in a good place in time. Okay, so I'm definitely looking forward to and position myself accordingly onto what I see in the market and see what's happening. Okay, like I said before, guys, technically we don't know what this area will hold. Like I said, I'm looking for reaccumulation in this area and show resilience before rebounding. I want to see price rebound before I'm pulling the trigger. However, fundamentally, we have a lot of confirmation that Bitcoin might indeed, and the rest of the cryptocurrency market, might still have a leg up towards the future. Because we see a lot more fundamentally bullish signs in the market. A lot of institutions are buying up Bitcoin and Ethereum right now. We also have some kind of supply shock on exchanges right now. On-chain and off-chain data right now confirms that Bitcoin and Ethereum together have hit historical low levels on exchanges. That pretty much means that a lot of players, a lot of big market participants are currently looking to place their cryptocurrency into safe storage, into cold storage where they can safely put their cryptocurrencies. Because on an exchange, nothing is really truly safe, right? Okay, not your keys, not your wallet, as they say, right? Every wallet you own, you have the personal keys to. So not your private key, not your personal wallet, or not your private wallet. Okay. So that being said, all those cryptocurrencies that are off-chain right now, that are taken off the exchange, isn't meant to be sold. And the less cryptocurrency on exchanges available, the less chance we have for price to really go down. Okay, for price to really see another bear market in the next coming months. Okay. Whenever this supply starts to rise again in the future, and whenever we see exchanges getting more and more supply on their own wallets, that's kind of a first sign that the market might indeed see a bear market, because more and more players are looking to sell the market. But right now that is not the case, because of that single reason gives me more and more confidence that 30k will indeed be the low, even though I've been pretty biased and pretty unconvinced about this right now. Fundamentally, 30k could indeed be the bottom, and the market is looking pretty strong that we could see reaccumulation levels in the future, in the near future, and see price going up right now. September has historically been a bad month for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general. The end of the year has certainly been better, so if history is about to repeat itself again, then we might have a good few months ahead of us, and we might just have to bite towards the pain we are seeing right now in September. Because even though we are trading, and even though we can look for shorts or long entries, and we are trading both sides of the market with leverage trading, most of us, and as definitely we especially recommend, are still having our investment portfolio. Okay, certain coins we believe in, we will never sell, and those coins might still be, or definitely right now, be in less profit than they were before. Okay, so stick through it, invest into the coins you really believe in, and whenever the market is gonna turn around, and go towards higher regions, then those coins will definitely grow with the market as well. Okay. And that's about it for today, guys. Perspective on Bitcoin. The last thing I still want to maybe talk about, because most of the market is following the same exact move Bitcoin right now is doing. So it doesn't make a lot of sense for me to be looking at the other side of the market, because we see Ethereum. Yes, Ethereum could also be falling a little bit lower than it currently is. We see XRP not in the best state. We see Solana also could see lower numbers. We see Polkadot revisiting support. But the IDX, however, let's look at the 4 hour, is the only coin that I currently right now got on my radar that's still showing bullish pressure. This coin was a new coin that got released about, I think, 10 days ago, 1 week and a half. It's still showing bullish pressure, but the only reason the IDX is currently seeing a correction this steep and revisiting supply demand levels or support levels is based on the fact that we are seeing a market correction, right? Bitcoin is dragging down other coins that are fundamentally very strong. So the crash that we're seeing today in the market might be an opportunity for other coins. So personally on the IDX, for example, we are back at support, and whenever we see the confirmation and whenever you're seeing some type of reaccumulation levels inside this area right now, that might be your sign and your cue to buy this thing, because I think this thing will still have one hell of a run. I'm currently looking for something like this, where the market goes up, go down, reaccumulate again, and then of course go up to higher regions. Okay, that's something I'm looking at. So the IDX, keep a very close eye on the IDX. The current market crash is an opportunity for other coins. One person's or one coin's crash is the opportunity for another coin. Okay, so that's something I'm looking at currently. DOT is something I'm also looking to catch, because Polkadot is gonna also still have an insane run ahead of it in the next leg up in the market. So also keep your eyes on that one. And of course we still have the other powerhouses like Mina Protocol, also still on a daily bullish pressure. When you're looking at this chart right now, you would see like what market crash, where market crash, right? These corrections right now are certainly looking very small compared to the bigger picture, right? And it's that what you need to do. You basically have to look at the bigger picture and don't be too concerned with small or short-term price movements. Okay, so Mina, Noya, the IDX, Quant, definitely look at those coins, because those coins are still gonna have an insane rally when the market is trending up higher. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Maybe next week, on next week's stream, we might have more data, because like I said again, we always trade based on the information and facts we know today. The information of tomorrow is different than the information we are given today. Okay, so next week the market might show us a lot more signs. We might see more price data being presented. We might see Bitcoin at a lower number, or we might even see Bitcoin breaking supply levels. And based on the data we see next week and the week after and the week after, we will trade accordingly. So guys, stay tuned for next week, because right now it's just playing the patient game. Not a lot of opportunities right now, but we are waiting for a big move on Bitcoin, and we're excited to share that with you all. So guys, stay tuned for next week. Put your notifications on. Share this video with anyone you believe that needs to see this video, so we can help you with this. And again, see you on next week's call. Guys, good luck, bye bye, and safe trading.